Welcome you all to this session of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, sloka number 5, chapter 6, sloka number 5. Uddharet atmanatmanam natmanam abasadayet atmeva hyatmano bandhu atmeva ripuratmanah bandhuratmadma nastastha yenatmeivatmanajitah anatmanastu satrutve वर्ततात्मेव शत्रुवत् जितात्मनः प्रशान्तस्य परमात्मा समाहितः शीतोष्ण सुखदुःखेषु समानापमानयोः ज्ञानविज्ञानैतृप्तात्मा कूटस्थो विजितेन्द्रियः युक्त इत्युच्यते योगी समलोष्टास्म काञ्चनः सुहृन्मित्रायुदासीन मध्यस्थ द्वेष्य बन्धुषु साधु स्वपि च पापेषु समबुद्धि विशिष्यते योगी युञ्जीत सततम् आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः एकाकी यतचित्तात्मा निराशीय अपरिग्रह तुच्छो देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थिरमासनमात्मनः नत्युच्चितं नाति नीचं शैलाजीन कुशोत्तरम् Sloka 12. तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यत चित्तेन्द्रियक्रियाः उपविश्यासने युञ्जात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये समं काय शिरो ग्रीवं धारयन् अचलं स्थिरं सम्प्रक्ष्य नास्तिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चान अवलोकयन् प्रसादात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारी व्रते स्थितः युक्त आसीत मत्परः. Welcome you all to this session of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6. So this chapter is called Atma Sanyama Yoga. Okay, all of us know it by the name of Dhyana Yoga. Atma Sanyama Yoga means Dhyana Yoga. That means we do Sanyama, we do control of the self. So that is Dhyana. Dhyana is what? Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Okay. So that is yoga. So that the mind which flows out in all directions, that has to be controlled and concentrated. Finally, it should be observed in the self. How to do it, how to do the dhyana is described, or Bhagavan Sri Krishna guides us in what is the way to do the dhyana, including the physical posture and how to sit, where to sit, what will be the seat, how you will sit down there erect or lumped, and then that is the physical part. Then he talks about the mind part also, how the mind should be concentrated, how the mind should be focused on what. All that has been given in this. So these two slokas are also equally important, 13 and 14. Okay. So it is this sloka giving samam kaya siro griva. Okay. Samam means sama, is erect. Kaya siro griva. Kaya is the body. Kaya is the body. Then sira and griva. And in body, head and the neck. All these things should be in one straight line. Dharayan achalam sthira. Dharayan achalam sthira. Dharayan means holding. Achalam means without movement. Sthira means steady. So one should keep the whole body, hold it steady without any movement. Sampraksya nasikagram swam. Sampraksya means looking at or gazing at, steady look at what? Nasikagram swam. Swam means swa. Swa is your own. You have to look at your own nasika, agra. Nasika, agra, swam. That means tip of your nose, you should put your gaze. You should fix your look or eyes on the tip of your nose. Your own nose, not somebody else's nose. Right? Swa. Then Desa sa anavalokanam. Anavalokayam. Disha. Disha means directions. Then and anavalokayan. Avalokana means to look at. Anavalokana means not to look at anything, not looking at any other thing. Any other thing, any other directions also. Disha cha anavalokana. That means any other direction also you should not, that means you should not look around. Right? So Bhagavan says, let this yogi who is sitting for dhyana, let him hold his body, head and neck erect, firm and still, looking at the tip of his nose, tip of his own nose, and not looking in any other directions. Okay. I'm combining the two slokas, something similar. So, Prasantatma Vigata Ved. Prasanta Atma. Okay. Prasanta means that which is very Santa. Prakrushtena Santa is very peaceful, serene minded. Okay. His mind is very serene. Prasantatma. Atma means is the self. He himself is very serene or Santa, peaceful. Vigata Bhir. Bhi means what? Bhi means Bhaya. So Vigata Bhi means one whose Bhayas, the fear, is gone away. So he is fearless. Then Brahmachari Pratesthitaha. He is firm in Brahmachari Prata. Brahmachari Prata means like a Brahmachari that we have the student life. Okay, because he's learning. So he'll be constantly practicing like a student. Brahmachari Pratesthita. Mana Sanyamya Machidaha Yuktaha. Mana Sanyamya. Mana is what? Is the mind. Sanyama is controlled. Having controlled his mind, Machita. How does he control his mind? By focusing on himself. Or sorry, Machita. Mat here, Mat means me. My thinking of me. Machita is thinking. Bhagavan is saying, thinking of me, he should control his mind. He should not control his mind fixing on somebody else, but he should control his mind thinking of me, Bhagavan. Machita, Yukta Asita Matpara. Yukta. Yukta means he is balanced, and Asita. Asita means sitting down. By sitting down, where is sitting? Let him sit. Matparaha. Me as the Supreme Goal. When he's saying, let him sit down, contemplate on me as the Supreme Goal. Okay. So I'll explain to you these two slokas one by one, but these are similar slokas. I have combined it. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna is adding more details to the technique of meditation. So before that also he has given a lot of instructions how to do the meditation. So here he is giving more techniques. And in that, he is telling that Kaya Shiro Grivam Dharayan Samam. Kaya. Kaya is what? Body, the middle part of the body, isn't it? The trunk, what do you call? Middle part of the body. The head and the hands and legs are different. Legs and hands are called limbs. Kaya is the middle part of the body from hip to the shoulders. Okay, the Kaya. Then comes the Kaya, Shira is the head, and Gribam is the neck. So you should not put your head up and down like that. You should not slump your head or go up like that. You should give steady. Just you should look at the same level, and then keep your body and the neck and the head straight. That means your spinal cord should be straight, or the vertebra should be straight. So, and not only straight or erect, it should not be bent like that, slumped. That should not be done. Okay. Then he's saying, Dharayan achalam sthiram. Achalam means no movement. Chala, achala. It should be still. Still from the totally from the bottommost portion of the spinal column to the neck, and above that also to the crown of the head. Total from where you're sitting down, from the bottom to the crown of the head, it should be straight. This is accomplished by not only physically you have to do that, but how do you do physically? Because you should remove any movement of the body, any tremors of the body, any movement of the body, and the mind should also facilitate that. So that means mind should not be distracted. See, your body will behave as the mind tells it, right? So mind should not distract itself. How do you control that distraction of the mind? The distraction of the mind is controlled by contemplation, as it has been mentioned earlier also, and further he is also explaining here. He is telling that you keep the body straight and without movement, and thereafter keep your eyes at the nasikagra, at the tip of your own nose. You keep it steady there. Swam nasikagram. That means keeping the eyes not fully closed. We are not opening our eyes and looking at something else. Nor you are closing the eyes fully, but half closed eye. That eye should focus on the nasika. What does it mean? Are you looking at the nose? No, you are not looking at the nose. Only you are gazing at the nose. You are not taking you are not thinking what is the shape of the nose, what is the form of the nose, how it is, what is the color of the nose. Those sense perceptions you are not receiving yourself. It is only trying to concentrate by using some method. Okay. So if you do that, you are avoiding some pitfalls of yoga. See, when you are doing dhyana, there are some pitfalls. Means something goes wrong. Like when you are sitting for some time, there is something called laya. You become inactive. Obviously, when you're sitting down for dhyana, you are not active yourself. So, कभी-कभी आंख बंद हो जाता है, then you slump हो जाता है, थोड़ा ऐसा हो जाता है, then your mind goes somewhere else. Okay, dhyana is completely, it has to be observed in the self. That means active mind. It's not inactive mind. Okay, so the laya should be avoided by sitting straight. Okay, laya should be avoided. Then there is something called viksheva. In yoga, dhyana, there is some pitfall is called vikshepa. Laya and vikshepa. Vikshepa is what? Projecting out, distraction of the mind. Okay, so that should be also avoided. How will you avoid that? By not looking at different things, not looking at different objects, not looking at different directions. Sometimes you look at the left side, right side, upside, downside, or sometimes you close your eyes, sometimes you open your eyes. All these things are distraction. So stop that. For these are the distractions which are obstacles to dhyana. He should remain seated and firm in his seat, erect on his spinal cord, and nose looking at the tip of the nose. I'm looking at the tip of the nose, and mind is already without any distraction. So when we say looking at the tip of the nose, it doesn't mean that you look at the nose and think what the nose is doing, or how good is the nose, how it looks, how is a Chinese nose or Indian nose, so that you will see. No, it is just to the eyes should be fixed there. It should not receive the form, the rupa of the nose there. You should not have any thought about the nose. It's only fixing your eyes there. So when it's saying that only look at the tip of the nose and the eyes only give you the sense of the rupa forms. But it also indicating that none of your sense organs should pass down any information or to the mind. That means, like the eyes give the sense perception of rupa, same way the nose give the perception of gandha, or the ears give the perception of sabda. All these sabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, all the five perceptions should be avoided. Okay, you should not put your ears, oh, koi bell bajaya. Don't go to that. Don't think of that. Let whoever rings the bell, let him ring the bell, or somebody calling, somebody this thing. So you should not listen to the sound also. Ignore that. Or sometimes some smell comes, or sometimes you recollect the taste of some good food that you have taken. So avoid that. All these sense perceptions should be avoided while keeping your eyes gazing at the tip of the nose. So your mind should be observed in itself. What he's saying is Sampraksya nasikagram swam disascha anabhavalokanayam. Disa means directions. Avalokana is to look around, look. Anavalokana is not to look. So you should not only you should look at the nose, tip of the nose, but you should not look in any other direction. Okay? Because some people have got the habit of, even though they are sitting for dhyana, they look here and there and see who is coming, who is going, or what is happening. They look at it. So avoid all that distraction. Okay. So in this sloka, Bhagavan is giving 4-5 of the tips for dhyana. One is Samasira Griva, body, head, and the neck straight. Then he's saying, hold that Achalam Stiram. That means we should be steady without firmly. You hold it there. Then he's saying Sampraksha Nasikagram. So you hold on, you look at the nose. Then he's saying Disascha Anabalokanam. Fourth one is you don't look around in any other direction. These 4 instructions Bhagavan is giving in this sloka. Clear? Not much, very simple to understand. Then we see the details of sloka number 14. Prasantatma Vigatavir. So this person, the yogi, is Prakarshana Santa. Prasanta is Prakarshana Santa. That means he is very peaceful Atma. A person is very peaceful. So how that Atma becomes peaceful, calm, quiet? How it becomes like that? So a person's from his antakarana, from his inner instruments, he becomes peaceful when there is no movement of the mind, negative movement, like lobha, moha, raga, dvesa, mada, matcharya, all these are not there in the mind, then the mind becomes calm and quiet. Okay, so avoid these sadripus. Okay, lobha, moha, raga, dvesa, mada, matcharya. You know all these things very well. So avoid all these. मुझे इतना पैसा चाहिए, वो सामान लेके रहे, जो भी होने दो. That is not important here. So even the animosity with others, or there is a what you call mother is your pride and jealousy. All this should not bring to mind. If yogi, one who is going for dhyana or sitting down like this, it should be simple, pure, clear mind. These negative thoughts should never come to the mind. Rather, you replace with positive thought, kindness, compassion, satyam, love, mercy. These are the kindness thoughts. These are the positive thoughts. So bring that into the mind. So then you can take out all the negative thoughts of mind. So this prasantatma is caused with all peaceful mind. That peaceful mind is caused, which is devoid of negative thoughts. Okay. Then it says Bhagata Veer, free from fear. He has no fear, the V. So fear from what? Normally they say one gets fear from losing something. See, you have a house, so you think that I should lock the house because somebody may enter the house and take away something. There is a fear. Or somebody should take away money, somebody should harm you, or somebody can break your car. So these are the fear from losing something. But here, the fear is about what is, am I able to walk on the right path? Is it wrong or is it right? Okay. All the fear from taking the wrong decisions, nitya anitya viveka, that am I able to do or not? That is also fear. If I take a wrong decision, then something will go wrong. So these doubts, the fear, that should be dispelled. And that should be dispelled how? On the basis of scriptural convictions, not by hearsay. Somebody has said that YouTube se kuch mil gaya, idhar se kuch mil gaya, not like that. It should be with the scriptural convictions. That means what is as per the Shastra. So that means you have to know the Shastra, you have to study the Shastra. So basically, when we, in our system, we accept our Shastras are paramount. They are truth by themselves. And of course, the interpretations are there, but the Shastras are true. So you have to do the actions or inactions as per the Shastras. Vidhi Vidhana is as per the Shastras. So he should be firm and he should be fearless. Okay. Next thing is, he should adopt a brahmachari vrate sthita. He should be adopt the bhav of brahmacharya. What is brahmacharya? Normally we think celibacy. Celibacy means you are you should control your sex impulses. Yes, that's correct. You should control. You should moderate, but not stop. That means a brahmachari can also and like you know, sannyasis also get married. So that's a different thing. So you brahmachari means you should be more service oriented, more study oriented. Brahmachari, that stage is for a student life. Students should learn, study. So when you are learning and studying, you should devote yourself to the studies and also serve to the guru. So that should be the nature. And you cannot run after sense gratification, sense satisfaction. So in that a brahmachari, you should have the self-control also, and self-control in all avenues of the senses, all types of senses you should control. See what happens, a mind which is dissipated by the sense stimuli, that means each sense object giving some stimuli to the mind. Stimuli means kuch deta hai. You look at a beautiful flower, you may desire, oh, such a beautiful flower, I must have it, or I'll take for the puja, or I'll put in my altar. Something that thought will come. So that sense impulse that is coming, or some sense of taste or smell or touch that may come. So you love somebody and you want to have her in close proximity. So you'll have some sense of touch also. That all these senses should be moderated. That means brahmachari should not go into the extremes. He should moderate and control it. If you do not keep the senses in control, then you go against the brahmacharya vrata. So brahmachari is not debarred from enjoying the sense objects, sensual pleasures, but he is control. He must have control over those. So even brahmachari also means brahmam charayati iti brahmachari. The person who is reveling in the Brahman. That means he's already, he's studying, he's knowing, so he's always thinking of Brahman. So he has no time to go around with the sense subjects. So that is the third one that we saw in this sloka. Brahmachari Pradesthita. Then it's saying Mana Sanyamo Machita. So that Sanyama means what? Controlling the mind. Mana Sanyama is controlling the mind. We have discussed how to control the mind. So then, control the mind, Machita Yuktaha. The fifth one is Machita Yuktaha. That means thinking of me. Bhagavan is saying, you control your mind, not in some other object. You keep your mind steady. You think of me and keep your mind steady on me only. And what is that me? It is not me that physical Sri Krishna or Rama. It is the Supreme Self. That Supreme Consciousness, that goal should be that Satchidananda Swarupa. Okay? So that yogi should fix his entire thought in the contemplation of the Self, the Bhagavan, or the Supreme Self. When in Gita he is saying me, that means Krishna is saying me. Krishna represents the Supreme Being. The Supreme Being here, it can be Krishna, it can be Rama, it can be Shivaji or Narayana. So what is your Ishtadevata? You fix your gaze on that. Think of him only. Okay. So that is Machita Yukta. Then comes Ashita Matparaha. Ashita means sitting down. Matpara is Para is what? Para is supreme. Para is supreme. Matpara means in me the supreme. I am the supreme being. I am the Brahman. He should sit next to me. Means he should be attached to me. He should be um, having me, the supreme being, as the goal. See, this person is still not not a realized person. He's still walking the path. He's doing dhyana. For him, Bhagavan is having Bhagavan as the dheya. He's the dhata. He's having Bhagavan as the dheya. So he should come closer to Bhagavan. In the dhyana, he should come closer to Bhagavan. So Matpara means I am that Param Brahma. I am that Supreme Brahma. And unless it is said that unless you hold on to the higher as your goal, you cannot give up the lower. We have many lower base instincts of sense pleasures. So many things are there, But unless you hold on to the higher level of your Paramatma or Narayana or Krishna or Bhagavan, unless you hold on to him, you cannot let go of the lower aspirations, lower, time pass. Is very, very difficult. So that's why in the end, he's saying that hold on to, let him sit near me, that Paramatma, let him hold on to me, and let him make me as the goal. Okay. I'll give you one example, not example, a quote. There you have heard of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. There it is said that whatever you are doing, I mean, just an example, right? Whatever is there in your life, you value everybody, so many people. You value normally in a family or a society, you value your spouse, husband or wife, or son and daughter the most, isn't it? That's a fact of life. You think your son is the most valuable relation that you have, or the daughter, not even daughter-in-law or son-in-law. Okay, even though they're same being, or even the son is considered more precious than the house you have, isn't it? Or the cow you have, or the whatever possessions you have, compared to them, the son is the dearest. So in this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it is said the self, the Atma, or the Bhagavan, the self is the dearer than your son, dearer than your wealth, dearer than everything else in the world. And that Atma, that self, is the innermost. That means when you think of the world, yes, they are dear to you. But when you think of the Paramatma, or the Atma, that the innermost Atma, Pratyagatma, what do we call? The Pratyagatma is within you, the self is within you. That self is the dearest of all. Okay? So you should concentrate on that. Concentration is the key. That concentration is nothing else but the Atma or Paramatma. That Bhagavan is also sitting there. In the cave of your heart, Bhagavan is residing. So having a single pointed thought, a thought flow towards the self or the Atma or the Brahman or the Lord, by totally withdrawing your mind from any other modification of the mind, any other thought, not towards any sense objects, then only you will be able to concentrate on the self. On the self means on yourself, your Atma. So the seeker should be seated according to his ability. He should be absorbed in that it, the Atma, the self. And he should not come out of this wheel. Oh, I am now observed. After 1 minute, I'm out of it. And yoga also, the yoga and this dhyana also involves, you have to give up something. You have to renounce something. You have to give up some of the sankalpa, some of the sankalpa or desires that you have. You have to give up. Then only you can find time and space and efforts that you can put in dhyana. Okay. Or some result you have expected, let it go. You do dhyana on the self. So Lord says Matpara, that means your dependence should be only on me, nothing else. So you depend on the Bhagavan. Sri Krishna is the founder of the yoga. He is the one who makes it possible to have happen. He is the Bhagavan who gives you the fruits of your action. Karma phaladata. But he is the fruit himself. He is the fruit himself. So once you get him, you don't have to do karma phala, all that. So you may call him Bhagavan, you can call him Parameswara, you can call him Parambrahma or Narayana, but have faith in him. Because he alone can give you or bestow you with the liberation that you desire. Totally surrender to him. Narayana eti samarpayami. And finally, he says that yogi is he not only keeping his mind on me as the goal. He is not only concentrating on me, but I am the goal itself. Not only thinking of me and concentrating on me, but that goal is me only. And what he is trying to achieve is me. That is the Supreme Self. With this, we conclude the sloka today. Okay, we will close the class now.